in a small, picture-perfect suburb. One young woman became the babysitter every parent trusted. She was soft-spoken, kind, always smiling. But behind those wide blue eyes was a secret no one could imagine. This is the chilling story of Ellie Monroe, the babysitter everyone trusted, who wasn't who she claimed to be. Ellie Monroe vanished before authorities could catch her, but her shadow still lingers. In a quiet suburb where everyone's lawn was trimmed the same and secrets stayed buried beneath white fences and forced smiles, the Ramirez family believed they found a blessing in a girl named Ellie Monroe. She was 19, soft-spoken, responsible, with wide blue eyes and a soothing voice. Everyone in town knew her. She had babysat half the children on Maple Avenue and never once had a complaint. Mrs. Ramirez, a schoolteacher with long hours, often said, "Ellie is like family. I trust her more than I trust my own cousins." But 10-year-old Mila Ramirez never did. She watches me like she's studying something. Mila had whispered to her mom once. Mrs. Ramirez only laughed. "That's because she cares, honey. Ellie's just protective." But Mila wasn't so sure. It started with small things. A broken bracelet Mila swore she left on the dresser. Her favorite sketchbook gone, then mysteriously reappearing with pages torn out. The uneasy feeling of being watched even when Ellie was in another room. And then the locked drawer in Ellie's backpack. No one believed Mila. Not her parents, not her teacher, not even the neighbors. Ellie was too perfect. She baked cookies with the kids, helped with homework, prayed with the family before bed. But one person didn't notice, Mr. Braxton, the old widower who lived across the street. He spent most of his time on the porch, eyes squinting behind thick glasses. People thought he was senile, harmless, but he had spent a long life in law enforcement. And something about Ellie didn't sit right with him. "She's too careful," he told Mila one day when she came by with cookies Ellie baked. "Too quiet. People like that, they're either healing or hiding. And I don't see any scars on her." Mila didn't understand it then, but those words stuck with her. One night, her parents were out late at a school event. Ellie was babysitting as usual. She tucked Mila into bed with a smile, but Mila pretended to sleep. When she heard the soft click of her door closing, she slipped out of bed and crept downstairs. Ellie's phone was on the kitchen counter, locked, but Mila knew the pattern. She had seen Ellie type it in dozens of times. The screen lit up. What she found made her stomach twist. Photos, not of the Ramirez family, not of other kids she babysat, but of rooms, documents, credit cards, IDs, faces she didn't recognize. One picture showed Mrs. Ramirez's teaching badge with a birth date circled. Another was a passport belonging to someone who looked like Ellie, but wasn't. Mila took screenshots and sent them to her own email before locking the phone again. Her heart pounded as she raced back to bed. The next morning, she told her mom everything. Mrs. Ramirez's eyes narrowed. "Mila, that's a serious accusation. You were snooping on her phone." But something in her voice wavered. The doubt was creeping in. Later that day, Mrs. Ramirez called Ellie in. "Sweetie, do you mind if we talk?" Ellie smiled, sat on the couch, and listened. "I think we should take a break from babysitting for a bit," Mrs. Ramirez said gently, "just until we sort through some concerns." Ellie didn't blink. Her expression didn't change. But something cold entered her eyes. "Of course, if that's what you need." She left without protest. Too easily. That night, Mr. Braxton saw Ellie outside near the Ramirez trash can. He watched her pull something out from beneath a false bottom, documents sealed in plastic. The next morning, Mr. Braxton walked across the street, holding a flash drive in his hand. "I have a security camera," he said. "Caught her last night. Thought you might want to see this." What he handed Mrs. Ramirez would change everything. On the footage, Ellie's expression was unrecognizable. Gone was the sweet smile. She moved with purpose, checking over her shoulder, pulling out sealed envelopes, whispering something to herself. Her calm demeanor melted away, revealing someone cold, calculating, and dangerous. It was clear now she wasn't a teenager trying to earn extra cash. She was living under an assumed identity, watching families, gathering information. But for what? Mrs. Ramirez called the police. But by the time they traced Ellie's last known address, she was gone. Her apartment was stripped clean, except for one thing, Mila's missing sketchbook, left open on the kitchen table. Every page was filled. Drawings of Mila sleeping, of the Ramirez house, of a map of the neighborhood. And at the bottom of the last page, written in red ink, I only watched. I haven't started yet. A week later, everything changed. The Ramirez family tried to go back to normal, but the fear lingered. Who was Ellie Monroe? Why had she targeted them? And where had she gone? One night, Mr. Braxton called Mila over again. He looked shaken. Remember I told you she was hiding something? He showed Mila a newspaper clipping from 5 years ago. It was old, worn, but the photo was clear. A young girl, almost identical to Ellie, stood between two police officers, her face pale, expression unreadable. Runaway found in human trafficking bust. Refuses to give name. Authorities say she may be victim or accomplice. The girl had never been identified. She vanished after being placed in protective custody. Mr. Braxton looked at Mila. I think she's not just hiding. I think she's planning something bigger. And then, 2 days later, Mila's email pinged. One new message. No subject. From an anonymous address. The email contained only an image, a street view of their house, taken at night, from outside her bedroom window. Underneath, a message. You looked through my phone. That wasn't very smart, Mila. Emails, photos, and a warning that someone else may be watching. Was she a predator, a survivor, or something much more complicated? One thing is certain. In the quietest neighborhoods, danger doesn't always knock. Sometimes it's already inside your home. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit subscribe for more real-life cases like this, because the next story might just be closer than you think.